TNA Wrestling is in need of a roster refresh. They have had big losses recently, such as Joe Hendry, The Inspiration, and all four members of the Rascals. There are very few guys on the roster that seem to be true TNA guys, and anyone who gets over seems to be bound for WWE or AEW. At this point, TNA needs to establish a core of wrestlers that they will have under multi-year contracts, at least 3. It is difficult to get invested in characters that you know will not be sticking around for long. The X Division is also depleted at the moment. Besides Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander, who is in the X Division at the moment? Here are 12 signings I think TNA can make to help bolster their roster. Most of these talent do not have well-defined gimmicks, but it is up to TNA to make the audience care. Keep in mind, there may be reasons that some or all do not sign with TNA. 10. Jesse Funaki in the X Division. He is young and has a last name that people would recognize. He wrestled on TNA Explosion in December 2025 and looked solid as an underdog. He can be someone you develop for a few months before featuring him more regularly. 9. Jake Painter in the X Division. He has been featured off and on, wrestling sporadically on Impact and Explosion. Since he has been on TV, why not make him a regular member of the roster? The audience already has some familiarity with him, and he's 28 years old. He does not have to be a major player in the next 2 years, but can be a consistent presence in the X Division. 8. Ichiban in the X Division. He is an athletic, masked wrestler that will look good on TV in an opening match or middle-of-the-show match to liven up the crowd. He is 25 years old and has a mid-7 rating on Cage Match. Imagine the matches he can have with Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, and other potential signings. 7. Cal Hero. He is a technically sound, underdog-type wrestler that can be in both the X Division or the lower mid-card. He had a good OVW run, working with bigger wrestlers and looking believable, and I am sure he can do the same on TNA Impact. 6. Trevor Lee. Rounding out the X Division, TNA should bring back a familiar face in Trevor Lee. Most fans can agree that during his last run, he was not used to his full potential, and this would give TNA a chance to run it back with an established wrestler. 5. The full-blooded Italians, Zach Clayton, Ray Jazz, and Little Guido. Like the X Division, TNA does not have a deep tag team roster as well. The Hardy Boys do not have many more years left of wrestling full-time. Having the name recognition of the FBI and including some fun character work could increase interest in the division. They have also had a handful of matches on TNA in 2025, so why not give them a bit of rope to see if they can get over? 4. The Andersons, Brock and CW. Coming off a decent MLW run, this would be a good pickup for TNA. This is the best CW has looked, and Brock seems to have improved a lot since his AEW run. This would be a great way for veteran wrestler CW Anderson to call it a career, and for Brock to eventually break off into a singles star. 3. Matt Taven, the first singles wrestler on this list. He has a bit of a name value amongst hardcore wrestling fans and can be a good character in the mid-card, helping to establish other wrestlers like Bear Bronson and Steve Macklin. I can't see him having a world title run, but he can definitely challenge for the international title and help get that belt over. 2. Chris Adonis. Hear me out. I was recently asked by a lapsed wrestling fan who is in TNA right now, and besides the Hardys, there is no one that the average person would know. This is the only former WWE star on this list, besides technically one. Although this list is about a roster rebuild, TNA needs established wrestlers that fans know. The former Chris Masters is well remembered for his vignettes and the Master Lock Challenge. TNA should not rehash that gimmick, but instead use him in the mid-card to help get others and the show over. 1. Ethan Carter III, EC3. He recently left the NWA and is a free agent. I think he would get a hero's welcome back to TNA, as he is one of the few stars they developed on their own. Fans did not want to see him leave TNA, and the WWE did not know what to do with him. With the new TV deal, he can easily be the face of the company with his mic work, charisma, and rapport with the TNA audience. Any wrestlers you would like to see pop up in TNA? Anyone you disagree with on this list? Comment below.